We need to question the beliefs we grew up with. The belief system we grew up in determines the way we see things, because we see things from that perception of our belief. What we believe most times is a function of a lot of factors. What do you believe? Let me explain this way. Most of us, we're talking about the country Nigeria, for instance. The southern part of the country is predominantly Christians, while the northern part of the country is predominantly Muslims. So it is easy for you to see somebody that was born in the northern part of the country being a Muslim, and somebody that's born in the southern part of the country being a Christian. Somebody that is born in China, for instance, can readily be a Buddhist, practice Buddhism, and somebody that is born in India can easily practice Hinduism. Why? Because these environments influences our belief and thought pattern. So most times what we believe is a function of our environment, is a function of our orientation, and a function of how we were raised by our parents, by our words, by anybody. It's going to help you appreciate when you see somebody with a different belief. You need to learn to understand and accommodate that person. So today we'll be looking at what do you believe, how your belief system drives you and affects what you do in life. First, we need to start with what is belief. Belief is simply a mental state of acceptance of something, maybe your faith or trust in something due to one reason or the other, as in your mental state of acceptance of a claim. These are simply definition of belief. So we're going to start like this. Our belief changes our reality. The belief system we grew up in determines the way we see things, because we see things from that perception of our belief. For instance, if you are a Christian and when it comes to maybe morality, maybe you tend to see things from that perspective. That's what shapes your reality. While a Muslim sees things from that same reality, a different reality, because of his or her belief. For the pagan sees things also from his own belief system. So it is simple for us to agree to attest to the fact that belief shapes our reality. So the question is, what do you believe? How do you see things around you? Remember, belief shapes your reality. The next thing we need to understand is we need to question the beliefs we grew up with. Those things we were taught, those things we grew up with, as in those environmental influences, our orientation, you need to start questioning them and test them with those things you've learned or reality that you've garnered in the course of living. Most times we don't question this belief, and so it affects our progress in life. You must learn to question those beliefs that you have, those beliefs that you grew up with. Maybe it might be maybe superstitious belief or whatever. Learn to question those beliefs, test them with reality, and find out if those beliefs is what is progressive in nature, if it empowers you, if it is truth. Do everything you think within your power to ensure you test those beliefs. The third thing we need to do is to choose empowering beliefs. Those beliefs you grew up with, are they empowering? Are they progressive? How are they impacting your life? How are they affecting your consciousness, your attitude, your way of life, your way of talking? Is it progressive in nature? Does it empower you as a person? If it does not, you need to rethink that belief and then seek positive beliefs that empower and enlightens you in line with reality that you now face. So it is important to say you choose empowering belief. The next thing you need to learn to reprogram your conscious mind. To do what? To accept positive belief. It is important you do that. If the belief you grew up with, the understanding, the trust, the faith, the system, or the conscious mind that you grew up with does not align with reality, it is important you reprogram your belief to accept the reality that you have on ground. Don't say you cannot change those beliefs. You can change them, test them with reality, and ensure it is in line with positive things around you. So you must learn to reprogram your conscious mind. Embrace a growth mindset. What is a growth mindset? A mindset that is positive, a mindset that is dynamic, a mindset that takes into cognizance the changing realities that you have around you. Don't say, this is the way I was born, this is the way I was taught, this is the way I grew up, and so I cannot change it. No, you need to ensure that those beliefs you have is not against positive standards. Another thing we need to do, we need to surround ourselves with positive influences. Now, this is important. When we have this belief, the circle of friends that we have, or the environments that we have, has this ability to do us, to either influence us positively or negatively. If you have friends that are negative in their mindset, negative in their belief, in their thought system, that will not help you. So you must look for positive influencers, a group of persons, or a positive environment that will help you achieve what you want to achieve. It is very, very important you do that. For instance, you will say, maybe you have a dream you want to study, and then you are getting yourself around people that don't see education as anything. It's going to affect your mind. Another thing we need to do is, this is very, very important: self-reflection. We need to reflect on ourselves. We need to appraise ourselves. We need to check ourselves once in a while to ensure we are doing things in tandem with current realities. So, irrespective of the belief system that you have or that you grew up with, you have the ability to make the right decision and right choices now. So don't say, this was how I was born, this is how I was trained. No, you need to text that old belief system with positive realities. It is important you do that so that you don't keep living in the circle that your parents, or rather, or that your ancestors that you grew up with. You must learn to change it and embrace new realities that you have around you. So you can see that positive reflection is important. Self-appraisal is important. Self-reflection is important. Text everything around you. Text your belief system and ensure it is in tandem. Don't say because you grew up with such system and when you see it is inhuman, you want to continue. No, it must be morally right. It must be justified. It must be truth. It must be dynamic. It must be flexible. You understand? So these are the things you need to take into cognizance for you to have the right belief and adapt adequately. We're going to stop here for today. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.